That's new.
Yeah, right. It's like
But yeah, what the hell?
I guess now even Zoom wants
Zoom wants him, right?
even Zoom wants consent now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say that shit said you are now being recorded by the feds.
Yo, what is good, Chris, Wylson, Civ? What is up, man?
How are you guys feeling? We're all remote today, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, Grassroots Podcast. Thank you guys for joining us virtually again this week. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification button to be notified for our latest to the greatest episodes, as well as make sure you get down and join our Discord. We talk about stocks, gaming, and everything in between. I am one of the hosts, Brandon Killabh Hall.
I am the regular Nas, aka Vintage Siri Nas, and for this episode, West Coast Nas.
I'm Wylson.
And as always, we have Civ and Chris, aka Chris Bops, with us. Oh man. All right. So where do we want to start? This is gonna be our LA episode. We have some funny stuff coming for this episode this week. I want to talk. Well, first and foremost, for Chris, Civ, and Wylson. What have you guys? Do you guys have any questions thus far about the LA trip and where we are? I can tell you guys a few different things that have happened.
Well, I noticed that Nas's clothes are extra crispy today because from what I've heard, he's been pressed. Very hard. He's been getting pressed out there
like a cheap suit.
Yeah,
I would definitely like to hear more about that.
All right. So I flew in before Brandon and Tone. I was going to leave it at that because of what I got going on other places. So because I got here a little early, my cousin who's been out here for 20 years, she was like, "Oh, where you want to go? What you want to see?" So I'm like, the first place, y'all know me, I'm a Nipsey Hussle fan. I'm like, "Yo, take me down to Slauson and Crenshaw. That's where I want to go. I want to go get a shirt." So she's like, "All right, well, F it, like, fuck it, let's go. We out." So we get down there. Mind you, I got on my little slim cut black jeans, the Pumas. Yeah, I got on the classic black and white suede joints, and I covered up my tats because I ain't feel like really answering no questions on being tatted. Soon as we get down there, mind you, the store is closed. So the Marathon store is completely closed, and they have it sectioned off. So it's a fence blocking the parking lot, and they have vans parked in front. And then they have cinder blocks to where the memorial is. So it's kind of like a labyrinth. You can't really just walk straight in there. My cousin and I walk in. First thing the dude says is, looks me up and down. "Welcome to the 60s. All right. So this is real.
Yeah, it's very scary.
This is real out here. I had this mask on all day up until that moment. This promptly red mask comes off. Didn't even wear it when I got out the car. But I ended up picking up a little Crenshaw shirt. It has for me, it has the Mount Vernon colors. Yeah,
That's fine.
So I got that. Then so I get out of there. Make that they've been
out of that scenario.
Hold up. They were offering me weed. Yeah, it's plentiful here. I don't think these guys had distribution licenses. I think they were just packaging and selling. So I make it out of Slauson and Crenshaw, right? So I'm like, all right. Then I go to Lemerritt Park, go down there where they shoot like Insecure and stuff like that. Real dope vibe. Wylson, you would have loved it. Really, really dope vibe. Like, street food, clothes.
We have to get him out here.
I'm already a little tight that you went to go get the Crenshaw gear and you didn't hit up your boy.
That's right.
I mean, I can go back out there. Listen, I'll put that shirt back. I'll put that shirt on and go back out there.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about that.
I want to get one. Let's go.
Yeah. So after that, went down there, made my way to the hotel first. I'm like, damn, I need some soap, man. Brother forgot the soap. So let me ask the security dude, where can I get some soap? Points me to the right direction. I'm walking down to Walgreens. Wylson, Civ, and Chris. Y'all think New York bums are wild? Here's what I learned. New York bums, homeless rather, they stay to themselves. They don't bother anybody. They're in their own little crazy world, right? Yeah, you give them, got $2, cool. These cats out here,
Mhm.
whole nother level. So I go to Walgreens.
Yo, real quick, I've been to LA,
Yeah.
and those bums, like, they'll walk in stores. Like they don't care. They'll walk right in restaurant stores, and they don't necessarily look like bums right off the bat.
Oh no,
but
they'll set it off.
Yeah,
They'll set it off quick.
You start to look at them a little bit because they walk a little funny, or they do something that like kind of like it's like
Let you know they're a little off. Hold on.
Hold on.
That elevator's not going all the way to the top.
Yeah. This
So-
guy doesn't have a mailbox.
So I'm in Walgreens, pick up my little bar soap and a Smart Water, cucumber flavored, right? Standing there like a buster, holding a Zest bar and some cucumber water. Dude walks in, no shirt on, but he has a bubble jacket, no eyebrows, right? So I'm like, damn, I don't want to make eye contact with this dude, man. Pants is sagging. He walks in, he's mumbling to himself. Cool, pay for my stuff. And as he walks out, because I guess he got kicked out, he's walking out, and I'm walking out. So I stop. I'm like, okay, go ahead. You know the New York thing. Go ahead, bro. You got it. As I stop, he looks back. Bitch ass nigga. And leaves. Damn, I just got a cucumber water and a Zest bar, bro. Like why I gotta be all that, son? Why?
Well, he knew that you had the Zest bar on you. He was going to wash you. Nas is about to get washed with that Zest bar real quick.
Yo,
Hold on. That's not where it stopped though. That's not where the
oh, you're
story
talking about
stopped.
the
lady.
oh, the lady in the intersection.
Don't tell me you got pressed by a lady too.
No.
Hold on. Let me tell the
Go
story. So we're walking, right? So we're about to go to dinner. So we're all hungry. So I'm like, yo, let's go get some food. So we walking. We finally find this pizza place. Cool. So as we're walking back to the hotel, I can't even remember what we were talking about, but all we see is a homeless woman who I thought was a man at the time, stop in the middle of the street and stand just like this in the middle of the street, but like looking dead at a car. So there's a car that literally in the middle of the intersection, there's no other cars there, and she's just looking at the car like this. Like the guy is driving the car and he's looking at the homeless woman like he wants to honk his horn, but he knows if he honks the horn, she's gonna set it off on that whole. Yeah, she looks like she was ready. Yeah, she looked like she was ready to set that car on fire, and he knew it. He was sitting there like, nope, don't say nothing, don't make no eye contact. The woman then circles around the hood of the car towards the passenger side, ice grilling the driver and the passenger, and then turns around for whatever reason, and guess who she decides to look at? Like, hey, you want some trouble?
This
you
guy.
Regular guy.
Yo, Wilson, look, she stared at me just like this.
She turned around like this. As she was looking at the car, all you see is her go like this. In the middle of the intersection, man, no other cars there. Stopped another car and is dead staring at Nas. Nas goes, listen, I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what you want.
What you want me to say to her, man?
Yeah,
What you want me? Yo, but LA is a different. This is my first time out here for the listeners. This is my first time in LA, so it's a different world. I can see how people can get caught up in that just that what's the word I'm looking for, man? That
lax life.
Not just the lax life, but the just get caught in the awe of LA. You know, when you go out to certain spots and you see the palm trees and the weather, and you know it's a lot of beautiful people walking around. You got dispensaries. It's a lifestyle that's so far removed from New York and the hustle and bustle of the city, like downtown LA, which to me it looks terrible. You know, I'm just gonna be flat out honest. It looks everything's boarded up because of the Georgia. Right. Not even George Floyd. They were down there wilding, so people just kept everything boarded up. And then you have a homeless situation that's completely out of control. Yeah. Call it Skid Row. Mm-hmm. I told Tone, don't you stop at a red light. I'll pay every ticket. Don't you stop. And then to have somebody, a Los Angeles, confirm like, yo, on Skid Row, they will run up on you with a dirty hypodermic needle and stab you.
Jesus.
It's like,
Yeah.
fam, what
Yeah,
is
Skid Row
happening?
Skid Row looked real bad. I ain't been on Skid Row in God knows how long. So driving down it yesterday, I was like, oh yeah, it looked pretty bad.
Lets me know that the
But
governor's fucking up.
yeah, man.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah.
He's fucking up
Yeah, I've
bad,
heard.
bro.
I heard it's bad out there.
Yeah, you look at it and you go, but you can see how people could live out here because the weather is conducive to just living outside.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I can just live out here, eat off of the food truck or the street vendors because they're around there a lot. And you know, is alcohol here, marijuana is pre-rolled. You getting the whole couple of five or six doobies, and now you're on cloud nine.
I don't know, man. The U.S. has to do something about the homeless population.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe not what I believe it's Florida. Florida, like you can't be a bum in Florida. I think Miami, like they'll kick you out the state.
Well, I know in Oregon they fly them out. They give them one-way tickets to Hawaii. Like, yo, fam, a one-way ticket, and Hawaii doesn't know what to do with them. But it shows, like I saw, dudes out here looking like zombies doing the crazy dance, and that speaks to the mental health aspect of this country. Like we don't know how to address mental health because them dudes and some of them women out there was just like they're out there, man. You can't have a. Okay.
I was just gonna say it's crazy that we'll pump all this money into like the jail system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll pump all that money putting people that don't even necessarily need to be in jail, having them sit down for years because just for stupid reason, nonviolent crimes and all that type of stuff. But then we have all these people on the street that don't have a roof over their head.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying build a jail for homeless people, but I'm saying maybe you could build some sort of huge type of hotel type of situation where they could come and go as they please, but at least they have a place to live, a room, place to shower, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that would mean that the government would have to actually care about, rebuilding that community, right? Because a homeless community is a community within itself, right? Like I'm sure they have their neighbors of sorts and their people that they depend on. To have to rebuild let's say 20 people that are either in financial debt or have some sort of mental health disability, haven't maybe developed it being homeless, and or just having to kind of usher them back into society. I don't know that the government would take on that responsibility. What would they get for that? You know what I mean? Like, why would they want to do that?
Well, they would be taking care of their people. On top of that, they could finesse some cheap labor out of it. Those people that are not getting paid, they're outside panhandling. Why not have them make license plates for a couple dollars a day?
Make socks.
You know what I'm saying? Make socks. Make enough for a slice of pizza. Go out, go get you some pizza. Come back, and you got a room. You got a place to shower for the day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you could get your medication.
There's something better than just having them on the streets.
On the street. Yeah, I agree with that.
Quite pressing people for cucumber water and zest bars.
You know what I'm saying? You could save some money by letting some people that are in jail out of jail. Now you're not taking care of paying for those people.
But hold on, did you guys see that?
Man, I should run for office, man.
News, so. Wilson,
I'm a politician. Yeah.
Wilson Samuels for governor.
Wilson Samuels for governor. Yeah, I'm about to say you're a governor. You're a therapist. You're mad shit. An MC, mad shit. What was I gonna say now? Damn, you made me forget. What were we just talking about? Shit.
The homeless situation in California. All right. Well, you remember the.
All right.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't remember. Skip over it.
Yeah, I was watching. I like to keep up with local news. There was 149 arrests last night in Huntington Beach.
Oh, hold on, hold that thought. What? Thank you. Okay. I remember because you said arrests. Did you guys see that article? And again, to the listeners, I don't know if this is real or not. It was an article that I saw, but where I think it was in LA where they were releasing it was X amount of
63,000.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about? Criminal offenders or whatever, that murderers, all types of shit in LA.
Well, I saw a non-violent.
The article I saw was violent and non-violent. They were releasing them into society because they were saying that the prison system was too it was pretty much unsafe for them, I believe, or they were making it unsafe or something like that. There's a crazy article. Someone can look it up.
Unsafe in what terms of COVID or violence?
I'm not sure. I don't remember now.
Well, I hope it was. Well, I don't know why they would release violent criminals like that's.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't remember whether it was violent or non-violent offenders.
Yeah.
Well, they're saying they're eligible for 76,000 inmates are eligible for early release, including violent and repeat felons. The opportunity to leave prison early as the state aims to further trim the population of what was once the nation's largest correctional system. So what they're saying is that they have, I'm reading the article too, if you have good behavior credits, so you can be eligible for early release, i.e., hey, you did assault somebody, or maybe it was a murder conviction or manslaughter conviction. You served 15, 20 years of a 40-year sentence, but while inside you've been, the big brother or mentor or teaching or just staying to yourself, you're eligible for early release. So you got to watch the headlines because, violent and repeat offenders, it's like, all right, but if he's been sitting down for 15, 20 years and he hasn't gotten in trouble within the system, which is hard to do because if you're in there for that long, for 15, for the last 10 or 15 years, all right, give him a chance. Yeah, I would want a chance if I was if you gave me 40 years and the last 15, I've been chilling. I've been to myself. Yeah, I mean, give me.
You know what I love about this podcast? How we start off talking about Nas getting pressed, and then without even trying, we stumble onto a deep conversation about prison reform.
Yeah, man.
Because we're the best.
I just gotta acknowledge that real quick.
Listen, man. Listen.
Beautiful.
Growth, man. This podcast can go places. We can talk about everything. That's why I love this place, man.
You people might have thought we planned that. We didn't.
Didn't plan it at all.
Yeah, we did.
But it was it's beautiful. But listen, man, I'm all for reform and letting those brothers and sisters that's inside, give them a second chance, but you got to earn it. You have to earn your place in society. I just saw 149 young people get arrested. I feel mad old saying young people, but you out there on social media, on a TikTok, crushing Huntington Beach and destroying businesses. I saw one lady on the news this morning crying because she's like, this is my business. This is how I make a living. And not only did you destroy it and steal products, but now you're on social media driving by laughing at me. Where's your humanity? I mean, it's like, what are you doing? Do you think that's fun to just go destroy people's livelihood because you got a spot to go? Your mom is you live in your mom's basement or whatever.
Listen, you gotta listen. There are people out there though that sometimes they can't even help themselves. Like they can't help the way that they are to just be destructive. They don't understand it.
They need a foot in their ass.
But sometimes sometimes it's people. There's people out there that like that. Like they like the chaotic life. They like the crazy nights and just just different type of lifestyle. Some people are accustomed to it. It fuels them. For other people, they don't like that. The difference is, I think, is being able to change those areas of opportunity within yourself, but really just addressing it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy when Nas had mentioned that lady, like being upset about like her business and whatnot being destroyed. Like I felt it, like it was like, yeah, that is messed up. But now I thought about like other countries probably look at that and they're like, what's the big deal? You have insurance. And because it's like in like Palestine, isn't it like Palestine and Israel? Aren't they just like walking into somebody's house like this is my house now?
Yeah, the IDF is actually they're actually just walking in. I mean, but that whole situation.
Imagine that.
You gotta put in context because what I've seen on social media too, which I do not like and it's lame as hell, is the Jewish community here in the States, whether they support or do not support, are being attacked. And that defeats the purpose because just because you're pro-Palestinian doesn't make you an anti-Semite.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what people have to, everybody's angry and it's an apartheid. And this is because I'm old enough to remember South Africa, but I don't know the particulars of what was happening and why Nelson Mandela was fighting so hard. Like I can read about it, but if somebody older may say, hey, yeah, I remember watching that on TV. This is our generation. This is contemporary apartheid. And you can't go around, I'm gonna go punch Marty Wartenberg in the face because he's here on Broadway in 74th over what's happening over there. And people have to you have to walk the line, man. You really do. Though the Palestinians need to be freed, and they need, honestly, as a Muslim, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Lebanon, Beirut, Morocco, all of North Africa, Algeria, Tunisia, Egypt, all these people need to step up and help these people out. But that's a whole complex situation, man, because you guys, the British were involved, the French were involved. Nobody's going anywhere. Bottom line is the Israelis that live there aren't going anywhere, and the Palestinians aren't going anywhere. So we have to learn how to coexist and work together.
You know what? I'm not for like a one world government or anything like that, but I think that we're reaching a point in the world where almost kind of makes sense. Like, because when we see something like this, it's almost like every country or every other country should be in agreement. Like, okay, guys, you guys got to knock this off.
Yeah,
this makes no sense. You guys have to stop, or else, we're going to stop in some type of way.
But that's the thing. No, but that's the thing, and that's why businesses are the way that they are. That's why companies are the way that they are. That's why countries are the way that they are. Like, for example, let's take Trump's run for a while, or just our presidency. Like that whole fiasco. You know how many countries and businesses probably won off of that? Like won off of the fact that if we weren't organized as a country. There's a number of things or countries that play off of those areas of opportunity. So I think that in a perfect world, right? Could that theoretically work if all of the governments got together, their presidents and their governments, and came up with one solid plan that of how everyone should go? Yeah, of course that would work. But in theory, does that really make sense? You have so many different personalities, so many different legislations, so many different
cultures,
rules, regulations.
Yeah, but I'm more so talking about war. Not
but that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about war. Like you got to think about it. There's
yeah, but the U.S. Trump never caused war in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to talk about him bombing another country, if that's what you're talking about, I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? But even when he bombed a country, I believe he was trying. It was under the guise of the Syrians suffered a chemical attack. Correct?
Yeah, but I don't even think that was him. That wasn't Trump. That was
the Moab bomb or whatever it was.
What wasn't that Obama? I believe that was Obama.
Trump dropped like the biggest bomb, the Moab or whatever it was.
Well, listen, man. It's when you talk about governments, and it's a complicated issue, and we can't try. You're trying to simplify it and like, we all should be on one accord. In theory, yeah, we should. We all should be on one accord and say, live and let live. But
let's just call it a spade a spade. That's not happening. That's not happening because it's really, not to cut you off, Nas, but it's really to your point of what you said a few minutes ago, where you said vultures. There's too many other vultures in the world that have ulterior motives and ulterior agendas when dealing in business and in politics. Like, again, for let's say for us versus like a Russia, for us to be doing bad, hypothetically speaking, Russia, it could be winning just because of our areas of opportunity. I think that the only way that we would ever become sound is few far in between. And so I put that up there with like the race issue. Do I ever think that race issues will ever subside and or not be a thing at all? Absolutely not. There's no way, because there's people that are brought up that way, right? There are people that are brought up to hate. There are people that are brought up to be a certain way and live a certain way, even from their grandmothers or their aunts or even some of their best friends. Like it's just you never know. It's just a way of life for some people, and that way of thinking is then passed down from generation to generation. So it's kind of hard to even envision something like that being possible. At least for me.
You can't stop people's ideologies, but senseless wars like between Palestine and Israel, that's a little different than racism. Even though there is racism involved. You know what I'm saying? Like the way how they're bombing and fighting over this land is ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, but for somewhere in America or somewhere in some country, there's another country profiting off of this war.
It's called America, Brandon. And I don't want to cut you off because it's like I don't want to keep harping on it. We're Americans are hypocrites, and I'm just going to be honest with you, right? Because we can sit there and say, oh, Israel's doing A, B, and C to Palestine, which is true because it's a one side. It's not a war. It's not a conflict. There's just one side whipping ass and the other side trying to stay alive. However, here in the States, right? Let's put this in perspective here. Because we got to look in the mirror. America did the same thing 200 years ago. There were a whole bunch of Native Americans, thousands of tribes. Yeah, if y'all don't take that buffalo and get the fuck over there, it's going to be some problems. But we don't have social media. We don't have everybody. It's all tribalism back then. America's all Native Americans. Then somebody said, you know what manifest destiny is? Do you know what that is? We're supposed to be here. This was God-given. Go take go take this trail of tears, go from Florida to Oklahoma, call it a day. And if you leave the reservation, if you come off the res, that's your ass.
And hold these blankets.
Yeah. But so America, like I tell people all the time, I say, if you think if the Cherokee or Seminole or some other Native American tribe that was indigenous to this land came to New Jersey or Mount Vernon or Rockland County and said, give us our land back. I don't know a lot of people that's going to say, yeah, man, my fault. The ancestors fucked up. Here the keys, player. We're not doing it. So it's kind of like, we're in a weird place, man, as a society, because just really think about that. If somebody came to Jersey, Brandon, and said, yo, my man, I know you've been living here and paying taxes, but I want this back. You don't get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not even going to open the door. Like, man, back up off my door.
That's what I'm saying. I would look through the door like, yo, what you need? Like, I don't even know that the door would open for me. Fuck that shit.
But I think now it's different. And like I said, everybody has to live together. Nobody's going, and that's what a lot of countries are jealous of here in the States. That we can be from different backgrounds, different races, different ethnicities, and have one common goal. Canada likes to say, oh, they're living the American dream. But they're not. They're not, because we're the only country that's actually elected a minority to our highest level of office.
Yeah.
You can't name a black prime minister from Europe, from Canada. You can't, I'll wait, from Asia. Yeah, we have a black or minority VP right now sitting in office. So everybody likes to talk, and this is where my American pride comes out, because I've traveled. Everybody likes to talk shit about America, but they haven't done the things we've done. We're so progressive. We're so, hey, oh, look, no, we don't pay for insurance. They say, yeah, because America's paying for your guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pay all your money's focused on education. Yeah, because when you got Big Brother behind you, you could go out there and talk shit.
Well, that's the other thing too, though. That's what I was saying about just other businesses profiting off of it. Like I think about black market sales in terms of weaponry, right? Like that's still a thing. You know what I mean? I'm sure that there's black market for anything. So I'm sure, again, wars in Palestine or just any foreign country, that business is fueled as well. So that's what I'm saying. There's so many layers to just government and just business that it's the vision of having one unit, like everyone in unison under the same umbrella, under the same. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it happening ever.
Not in our lifetime, but
Yeah, no, I don't see that.
I'm gonna talk about this oneness of LA though. I'm talking about the what, yo. Let me tell you, I seen some clothes out here. I don't. It's a lot of trouble out here, Chris. I'm telling you. I see you laughing. Yo, Wylson, it's a lot. You've been out here. Y'all didn't. Civ, you ever been out to LA? You can nod. He's like, yo, look.
Hey, you ever been out there?
It is the trouble. It's number trouble. Nothing but trouble out here. I can't, and the place is not even open up. Sip, it's not open.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
It's not the clubs
Everything
to
is still
pop in.
closed.
Yeah, they got the, I don't know if the weird
stuff was open.
And it's so weird too, because like you could go in 15 minutes, you could go to like from multi-million-dollar houses to Skid Row. It's like this shit is trippy.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, fam, how do you? Well, I'm not paying $2 million. What?
Nah, I was gonna say you guys hit the smoke shop.
That's another thing. That shit. That's what, fam. And the dude that worked at MedMen. Yeah. The dude was telling me, he's like, yeah, out here in LA, nobody's ever gonna touch us. I mean, he was prideful.
Yeah,
he was hubris. He had the bravado. Nobody's even close. I went up to a smoke shop and they run it like a goddamn trap house. I was like, excuse me? Because I went up there, I said, what kind of marijuana, what kind of strands do you have? And I forgot how he said it. He was like, I had, like, let's just say pineapple, blueberry, or whatever, right? And he's like, all right, well, what does that do? What kind of high am I getting? He's like, well, you have pineapple strand, and then you have the blueberry strand, and we mixed it in. Do you want it? He was like, yo, he said, here, they break down science. They got like little iPads. Like, it's like the Apple store. I was like, yeah, you can do this. This is wax. This is oil. This is like more of a hemp kind of thing if you want tea. What?
Yo, I cannot wait to take Nas to Muscle Beach, yo. That's gonna be funny.
Wait, Muscle Beach, will he be allowed in?
Listen, man.
Will he meet the requirements?
No, I don't know.
Muscle Beach?
Man, let me get my.
You need me to come out there?
Let me get my joke.
We worked out this morning. He was working out on his poses.
Yeah, I was working on the poses, man. Out here. Come on, man.
I just want to mention Nas has never been pressed around me. So Nas, I'm sorry I wasn't out there.
Hold on, let me be clear.
He's never been pressed around me.
He wasn't pressed around me. He's pressed around his cousin.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh shit, that's a woman. Like,
your woman is. Oh yeah, that don't count. Yeah, you got pressed by yourself. Then you can't. She can't step in.
Yo, are we gonna send some love towards Paul Mooney?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
That was good. I just want to make sure we don't forget about that.
Absolutely. Definitely. Thank you.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, easily the rawest comedian of all time.
All time. Easily.
Now, Brandon, I'm going to put you on blast. I know that you didn't like the live show because it was a little too raw.
Yeah, but hold on.
I'm sure he was working on stuff, though. You know how comedians do. They got to hit the gym.
Hold on. If we're gonna have the conversation, let's give respect first, because I don't want to lead off with saying I don't like the guy's show. Like no.
I said you didn't like his one show.
That's a horrible.
He's working out material.
Like,
No. But he's known.
He wasn't working out. He was not working out material. He'd been on set for quite some time at Caroline's. I'd seen him a million times. Like,
but
so let me be clear. Hold on.
People used to walk out of his shows all the time. So he's known for being super harsh.
Yes, he's known for it.
But he was telling the truth.
Listen,
Paul Mooney never told a lie.
Paul Mooney, number one for me, is a comic great. I've never taken anything away from Paul Mooney. I'm saying there was one show that I personally went to where it was just too much for me. Like, I understand Paul Mooney's stance. He is he was, I should say, super pro-black and super abrasive, just because he was very much like either he's just gonna speak his mind. Like, even when he was doing the stand-up bit that I saw, it was on Caroline's in Broadway, and there was two couples. I don't remember what it was. It was a white couple and a black couple, and it was just all black couple, and both of them got up. I don't remember what happened, but it was a joke that he was making, and you could feel the energy in the room where it was like, it was so uncomfortable. And in the middle of it, he just said, I don't give a fuck if y'all leave. I don't care about any of these white people. I'm going to say exactly what I want to say. And he just kept going as they were walking out the door. But like, it was to the point where, but the joke that he made, I don't remember what it was, but it was really, really, really one of those jokes that comics and comedians try, and it either lands well or it doesn't. I don't remember what it was, but Paul Mooney, I think, is
Man,
a
is a
genius.
legend.
He's a comedic genius. Yeah, he's a comedic genius.
I wish you knew that joke, man. I love that dude.
I'm trying to think about it right now because I just remember the scenario. I remember what he had on. I remember where they were sitting. I just don't remember the joke because you could hear where everyone was laughing, and then when he said the end of the bit, everyone stopped laughing, and he started hysterically laughing. and then only thing I remember him saying was, "Oh, y'all didn't like that shit, huh? Y'all didn't look."
Was it the Mother Teresa joke?
No, it was something. It was pretty much something about the only reason that the guy or that the girl, because the girl was white, the only reason that the girl, I believe, was with the guy was because he was black. And then there was a black couple next to them. So he was going at the biracial couple while pulling in the black couple. See, he was like this is how y'all supposed to look, but y'all never look like this. Like he was doing that to where it was almost like uncomfortable. And everyone was kind of like,
she wanted it. She wanted that buck. That's what she wanted.
Like he made it like it went from like a funny jungle fever joke to just uncomfortable to where he really, again, at the end of it, he was like, look, I don't really give a fuck, but I got paid. He was like, I got paid for this. Like he ended like so I was like, that was my Paul Mooney thing. Yeah, he was cool though.
This is a huge loss for us because even though comedians like Dave Chappelle, like they'll touch on race, nobody's ever gonna touch on race like Paul Mooney.
Not for a while.
It's not happening. It's not happening because you had to be from a certain generation,
right?
Yeah. To even give off that energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And for it to be accepted. If a new comedian stood up and started cracking those type of jokes today without the age on them, it's not. I don't think it's going to go over too well.
But that's what's whack about today's generation, and it's what Chris Rock said, right? Everything is boring on TV, and it's not that funny because nobody's taking chances because of cancel culture, and it's just like the same lame ass jokes, and it's boring. You know, comedy is you take chances. There's a little bit of truth in every joke. You know, you have to be allowed to laugh at yourself sometime, you know. And if you don't, then the pain becomes too much. It becomes unbearable. I remember Keenan Ivory Wayans telling something, saying we were so broke and we were so poor that there were nights that we didn't eat. And the way my siblings and I made it through those evenings were cracking jokes on each other. Like you have to be able to look at yourself and go, yeah, that is funny. Oh yeah, my people do that.
Yeah.
You know, I saw when Paul first died, it was an Asian comedian, and he got on. He dressed just like Paul. He had the bandana on, and he had like the blazer. And I'm quoting him. I got to find a clip. And he goes, he did the Paul Mooney voice, and he was like, "I say chink all the time. Chink, 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 chink. It makes my teeth white." And I thought it was funny because Paul had did the same joke about black people. He's like, I say nigger all the time. I'm never going to stop saying the word. It makes my teeth white. And I was like, damn, if you can't take chances like that, and that joke only works for that comedian. I couldn't get up there and say that shit. I just should be racist as hell. You know, but that works for that. And if he can laugh at himself, so yeah, that's an offensive word. But when you say it with Paul Mooney's voice and you're saying it and that guy's saying it, that shit's funny as hell. Because white people that's how they describe some Asian people. They call some black people nigga. That makes my teeth white. That shit is funny.
But that's for the other thing too, is to your point, I think Paul Mooney has built up his reputation in that realm. Like he's always been a raw comedian. You know what I mean? Like anyone that's ever spoken on him, they always say the same thing. Paul, but like he's just one of a kind of one of those people that and that's why I think I'll never lose respect for him, and I respect him is because I'm big on people like what you see is what you get. You know what I'm saying? Like what you see with Paul, at least that's what I met him again at Caroline's after the show. He was very nice. He was super mannerable. Almost what's the word I'm looking for?
He's very eloquent.
Let's say regal. Regal.
He's a refined, distinguished
regal. Man. Regal is what I'll say. He carried himself very, very pristine, I'll say. And he was really nice. He was like, he asked, he was like, what did you think of the show? I was like, he was like, you didn't like some of the shit, right? And I was like, it was okay. He was like, I don't care. He was just very just cool. Like he was very just he was just cool. But I like that, and now as I've gotten older, I respect people like that are themselves, because I feel like most people, the majority of people, sometimes will die or leave this world either being something or someone that they're not. And I feel like people like Paul Mooney and like the Dave Chappelles of the world, they'll leave this earth being exactly who they are and what they want it to be. You know what I mean? Like that's for me is wealth, yo. Like I feel like Paul Mooney said exactly what he wanted to say on his mind and on his heart. I feel like he lived the exact life that he wanted to live, be it doing stand up and writing and just doing all that he's done. And I think that for him, it was easy for him to be able to say, hey, yeah, I pretty much lived my life. So I want to say to his family, his loved ones and supporters, obviously our condolences to those that are grieving, but that man, his legacy will live on for a very, very long time.
Yeah, I got to say one more. If y'all ever get a chance, to the listeners, go out on YouTube, and Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg got in trouble in like the late 80s, early 90s, because Ted Danson did blackface at a roast for Whoopi Goldberg. And it was in an exclusive club only for comedians. And at the time, there was supposed to be no cameras and no media whatsoever at this roast. Ted Danson is letting off like all types of nigga jokes, and Whoopi's so black and stuff like that, right? This is his girlfriend at the time. So they had Paul Mooney, Geraldo Rivera had Paul Mooney and Dionne Ward via satellite, right? And they were talking about how Ted Danson did blackface, and Paul Mooney goes, "Yo, it was hilarious." He said, "I thought it was funny." He said he was being truthful there, and he goes, "There's a lot of actors who did blackface," and he was like Lucille Ball, no, not Lucille Ball. He said a couple of like famous white actors that did blackface. And then he goes, yeah, and in the middle of him having a serious conversation, he goes, yes, and there are people doing blackface today, like Brian Gumbel. And he said he did like another name. And Dionne Warwick, she doesn't look at him like, like, yo, what?
And she's like, why are you airing all of these people out right now?
And it's just like, yo, those are comedians, man, that are just geniuses, man. When y'all get a chance to listen, man, just go back and really listen to Paul Mooney and keep it in context of the time he came up. And this man used to write for Richard Pryor. He wrote for Eddie Murphy. Like, he is the pen behind a lot of great comedians, man. All the stuff from the Chappelle show that he contributed to. So, oh man, Paul, one of my favorite comedians of all time, man. All time. I'm gonna miss that dude.
Agreed.
Hey, man.
Agreed. I don't know that there's anything else to talk about, just because I'm sure that there's more that's going to happen with you. I feel like LA is just treating you very kind, Nas, and I'm just enjoying every bit of it.
Oh yeah, man. Yo, man. Listen, LA is dope, man.
Are you having a good time though? That's fine.
Yeah. I wish I had a little bit more money in my pocket. I wish I had a little bit more money in my pocket, but it's cool, man. Just, this country is so big, and it's so diverse. And the cultures, like, I think we take that for granted as Americans. It's just like New York has their own culture. Like, Brandon walked up to some security guard, right? And she's standing outside, and he goes, "Yo, you want me to get you a coffee?" Just being like real genuine. And she's like, "Nah, I'm good." But in my head, you got to understand, like, the tri-state area, we live off of coffee, like coffee, pizza, like that's our.
She was cold.
Yeah. And she looked like she was like coffee. Like, what kind of black dude just offer you coffee in the middle of the night? And I thought to myself, like, that's a culture. That's a cultural thing. That's an northeast kind of mentality. Like, oh, it's coffee. You're cold. I can spare the $2 and get you a little cup of Johan.
Yeah. Basically, like, we were going to dinner. Shout out to Chelsea and Brandy. We met them for dinner last night or whatever. And as we were walking up, it was a security guard. It looked like a young girl or whatever, but I was cold, and I know everyone else is cold. It's cold out here. So as we walking, I'm like, I see her, she's shivering. So I'm like, yo, you all right? She's like, yeah. I'm like, it's cold out here. And she overheard us talking. She was like, yeah, it is cold out here. So to Naz's point, I was just like, yo, you want a cup of coffee or something? And she literally looked at me like, no. I'm like, all right, fuck. fuck it then. I think I'll keep my $2.
Yeah, but see, and that's what I'm saying. That's even when we went to go get food in the middle of the day yesterday, we're going to checking pizzerias, right? In New York, they always got plain slices on deck. It's a plain slices. No plain slices. Like, yo, people don't eat it out here. They want topping. This is how extra LA is. Now plain. What do you can't afford a pepperoni? I was like, dude, but I'm like, damn, that's a cultural thing. The dude was like, yo, we don't make it. We make 1 or 2 in a day, and they just sit out, so nobody eats it. So we don't make it. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
But I say I had a burrito. That shit was cracking.
Put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby.
I threw that hot sauce on that burrito and a little squeezed little lemon. I was out there like Pops Williams, but the hot sauce on my burrito, baby. You sure look good with me tonight.
Oh man.
But LA's cool, man. We're gonna shoot some more footage for y'all, and yeah, man, we're gonna really enjoy it. I might have to take him back to Slauson and Crenshaw, let Brandon check.
Let's
I might call my big homie so he can check in.
Yeah. You don't have it, but that's the one thing. Because now you're gonna come back home, and now you're gonna be like LA Nas and some shit.
West Coast Nas, man.
You down from that shit. West Coast Nas now. Yo, as soon as that shit happened, this dude threw on shades, fam. He threw on shades and a fucking Dickies hat or whatever the fuck it was.
Carhartt, man. That was a Carhartt.
Carhartt hat. I said, yo, what is wrong with Nas, man?
How I get robbed in Cali? I'll be in Cali. I'll be with Cali thugs. Got mobbed in Cali. Yeah, that Cali love. Yeah, man. Box Hill, Fox Street, Slauson, Crenshaw. Come on, man. Come on. Cam is out here dropping jewels, man.
Oh, always, God.
But listen, thank y'all for listening.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting us. As always, stay tuned, stay down with us. We're gonna have some more funny footage and some more stories to come. And then let us know what you guys think about all of the topics. Tell us what you guys thought about Paul Mooney and his legacy, and even some of his jokes and his bits. What did you think about how people are spreading love about him and what they think? So we'd definitely like to hear that. As far as us, we go, we're about to go, and I think we're gonna go to Santa Monica. We're probably gonna go get up with Lyric. You guys know Lyric, Imani, and a few other people, and just have some fun. Let's show Nas a good time in LA, and we'll go from there. That said, thank you guys for tuning in. As always, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification button to be notified for our latest to the greatest episodes, as well as to get in tune, get down, and join our Discord where we talk about stocks, gaming, and everything in between. I am one of the hosts, Brandon Killabh Hall.
I am the regular Nas, aka Vintage Siri Nas, aka for this show only, West Coast Nas. Holla at you.
God. Oh my God.
I am Wylson.
Yo, oh, by the way, the Knicks win by 6. It was a close game, but we won by 6. By the time y'all see this, my prediction will be right.
Yeah. I'll take that bet, $5.
I'm with it.
All right. And as always, Civ and Chris Bob's.
Chris, I need that Chris Bob's West Coast mixtape, man. I need that playlist. I need that West Coast.
Yeah, word. We need a hey Chris, send us a playlist. Send us a Chris Bob's playlist, please, so we can jam out to out here. Can you just keep it like half and half? I want to listen to R&B music, half of it. I'm sure Nas is gonna want to listen to gangster rap music as he's throwing up gang signs. So
I got you guys. I got you.
So send us a playlist. That's it. We out.
I enjoyed the video.